When using hardwood plywood, which is simply a fine grade of plywood, this one happens to be birch. You can get oak, birch, maple, walnut. There's a lot of different hardwood plywoods. When using them to build cabinets and drawers and any kind of box, a decorative box, what you need to know is that when it's sold as, in this case, 3/4 inch plywood, that's a nominal dimension, meaning it's not the actual dimension. Why is that important? Well, let's say we wanted to build a box 10 inches wide, right? So if we cut this piece 8.5 inches, that should be 10 inches, right? Because 8.5 plus 3/4 and 3/4 is 10, but it won't be. And here, I'll show you. Take these two pieces and I'll just clamp them together. And now when I measure them, it should be 1.5 inches, right? 3/4 and 3/4. Well, look, not even close. It's not even 1 7/16. So that creates a problem, right? If you had cut the piece to fit in between to 8.5 inches, expecting a 10-inch box, you'd be off. You'd be off. So here's the trick. To get that dimension, the accurate dimension of the piece that's going to fit in between, and again, let's say we want to make it 10 inches, hold the 10-inch line, that graduation, right on the very edge, right there, then read this dimension, 8 and what is that? 9/16. There you go. So you want to cut that piece 8 and 9/16, not 8.5. Now that's not much, but if this is a drawer fitting tightly into a space, that dimension is critical. Okay, the other thing I wanted to mention, because these are nominal dimensions, if you're cutting grooves or dados, for a dado is just a groove that goes across the grain as opposed to with the grain. If you're cutting one to fit, let's say you want to fit this into a dado and you cut a 3/4 inch groove, guess what? You're going to have a sloppy fit, right? Because again, this is not 3/4 inch. So manufacturers have started making what are called plywood bits. They're slightly less than the nominal dimension. So this is not 3/4 inch, it's a little less. Here's happens to be a 1/2 inch one. So what you do is you use the plywood bit to cut that supposed 3/4 inch wide dado or groove, and you'll have a nice tight fit.
He said,